Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR '06 Total Team Control. Today, showdown at Talladega Infield with Ryan Newman? I don't remember. Ryan Newman it is. I don't know how I remembered that. But Ryan Newman. Then we have a truck race at Phoenix, and then I'm going to double check after the showdown to see if we did get, in fact, an Xfinity offer. Because remember at the end of the last episode we got fired, but we got that call from Ace that said we got a new contract, but the contract didn't show up. So I'm going to hope that maybe after this showdown and maybe after truck qualifying, that contract might show up. So that is the hope right now. But we will head off to Talladega Infield for the showdown with Ryan Newman. Alright, here we go. This is one of my better tracks as far as the fantasy tracks, so I'm hoping that we'll have some success here. But we've not had much success in these showdowns and this game in general, if I'm being perfectly honest. So let's see if maybe we can win this showdown as we fall 2 seconds behind after the first freaking corner. Alright. This is not going well. This is not going well at all. Yep, we're not going to win this showdown unless if Ryan Newman blows an engine like they have done in the past. But yeah, this is not going well. But I guess this is kind of a good warm-up, considering I haven't played this game in over a week. And especially with me playing so many different racing games with so many different handling styles. And this being my only game on the PS2 as well. It's really good to kind of have a warm-up session before we actually get into things that matter. But we're not winning this showdown. I will cut out now, and I'll see you guys if we catch up to Newman. Oh, Newman blew up. I told you, Newman blew up. I told you it happened, and it happened. So we are now, unless if we blow up ourselves, which is very possible considering how stupid I'm being, we are now going to win this showdown, it looks like, because Newman blew up. I told you it happens. I told you. I don't think it has happened yet in this career mode, but I believe it happened in my first playthrough. If I'm not mistaken. So I told you it would happen. But White Flag is out, sponsored by Ryan Newman's engine. Because rip them, they need all the help they can get. So that was a fortunate turn of events, if I do say so myself. But that's going to be a good 5,000 skill points for us. I can use that to unlock some new paint schemes. But when we do get to the Cup Series, we can have a bunch of paint schemes ready for us if I get distracted by something coming up on my computer. But we win. Not going to celebrate, not going to rub it in. That's kind of a rude thing to do, just considering the only other competitor blew an engine, but that's 5,000 skill points. I'll take it considering how bad we've been at these showdowns. Let's head back to the menu. Okay, we have 2 phone calls, and I see a test session. Unfortunately, it's not until next week. So, Ryan Newman, better than I thought. Okay, that's good. We got an interested race team. Showstopper Graphics Dodge. So that is the second team that would normally offer us a contract. So that's good. Unfortunately, it's not going to be until Homestead, so we're only going to get 1 race with that team. I was really hoping we would get the offer before Phoenix. So we are going to have to add that on to our plate for this episode. So we're going to do the truck race at Phoenix, we're going to do the test session, and we're going to do this modified race. So that next episode, we have the truck race and hopefully the Xfinity race, and then that will be it for this season, then we can go from there. So that is good. I'm glad we got the offer. I wish it would have happened 1 week earlier, but let's head off to qualifying for the truck at Phoenix. Alright, here we are starting the qualifying lap at Phoenix. I just made a slight tire pressure adjustment to give us a little more grip, and we're heading off. No practice sessions. Again, I apologize for that noise in the background. Someone's trying to message me on Discord while I'm recording. I don't know, very professional of me. But we're really good in turns 3 and 4. We're not that hot in turns 1 and 2 right now. The game seems to like auto brake you really early for 1 and 2. So I'm not really super fond of that. But we did much better that time. Well, let's see if we can solidify a good qualifying effort here. The race is going to be hard regardless because of how trash I am in this game at this point. But still, I think it'll be better than our normal mile-and-a-half speed.
Hey, that puts us towards the front. Good job.
10th. Alright. Unfortunately, that means we're going to start on the outside, but overall, that'll be fine. Not really going to tweak the car setup anymore, so let's just head off to the race.
Hey, here we go.
Alrighty. This is going to be an important start. We need to get to the bottom as soon as freaking possible, because the outside lane does not work in this game, really at any track, and especially this lane will never work. But I need to get to the bottom. That's a freaking teammate, isn't it?
Nice and easy, buddy. Nice and easy.
That was a teammate that spun me, the 123. Not super appreciative of that. Alright, so now we need to keep an eye out to see if people come in or not. I don't think they will. I feel like it's too early. I'm not seeing people come down. Alright, too early to pit. And luckily now it's a single file start, so hopefully we can just get to the bottom right away.
About 2.5 seconds in front of you. Watch the outside.
And we push, because that's something that didn't happen in qualifying. Turns 1 and 2 we were perfectly fine in. It was 3 and 4 that we were having the issues with. And now 3 and 4 was just perfectly fine. Of course, that makes total sense. Let's draft with Harvick. He seems like a good person to have on our side at Phoenix.
No outside.
But this is going to be a hard-fought race, regardless of how we look at this. So we need to be careful here. Alright, the game's not auto-braking us super early and going into 3 and 4 this time, so that's beneficial.
Alright, interval between you and the leader is 4.5.
So maybe just make a wedge adjustment on the pit stop and we'll be in good shape. Speaking of pit stops, those will be coming fairly soon. The car behind me, the 133 truck, hit the curb trying to pass me. Meanwhile, getting on the apron is not a good idea here. And we got pit stops coming. We're going to stay out a few extra laps to try to get a clean pit road, I think would be a wise thing to attempt to do. But we're not super fast. But I'm going to try to pull some strategy here. I'm going to try to pull a 2-tire stop because this is really a relatively short race when you think about it. So I'm going to try to go some extra laps here. But we're holding up the field right now. We're super slow. I do need to loosen this truck up. We're going to come in this time by. Pit road's clear. I would assume some other people are going to come with us, but we're going to come in this time by right side tires only, since we really have not run on the left side that much. Might be a stupid decision, but we're gonna try it.
Don't worry about him. You'll get it back.
Alright, wedge adjustment, right side tires only. Done.
We've reached the halfway point.
It's a risky move, but I'm gonna give it a shot because we desperately need some prestige, some fans. And I don't think Phoenix is gonna be one of those tracks where tire wear is gonna be a huge deal. I'm probably wrong in that regard, but this is such a short race that I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue with. Get as fast as possible, get it full of fuel. Go, go, go. Alright, we are a lap down, however, so we cannot afford a caution.
All clear.
So we desperately need to come out right next to nobody. That was beautiful, actually.
There's some leaders coming in.
Alright, leader is coming in right now. And I would assume a good chunk of cars are coming with them. A few, yeah. So I think we might be able to gain a ton of spots with that two-tire stop, since the pack was still pretty bunched up when we pitted. And I believe most of these guys in front of us either have to pit or were ahead of me before pit stop. So let's keep an eye out for them coming in. Being careful. Yep, a couple of them are coming in. So I think this is definitely a good strategy. The race really isn't long enough for us to worry about tire wear, I don't think. And we're coming out ahead of everybody on pit road right now. So I think we might cycle around to the lead here. And this wedge adjustment really helped us out. So it's kind of the best of both worlds here. Pulled a strategy call and the adjustment really helped. Looks like all these guys are coming in here. And we will cycle around to take the lead, it looks like. There's a couple people coming off pit road that might beat us, however. So we got to be super careful of that. That's Chase Montgomery. I'm sure he was up front with the leaders.
Car inside. Number 18.
So we passed him, but we're not really that far ahead of him. So we definitely need to keep an eye out for him. We might not win this race, but it sure is a lot better than finishing 18th.
Five, buddy. 5 laps to go.
But it does look like we're going to be cycling out to the lead here. Just a matter of can we stay ahead of Chase Montgomery?
You're in second
Because
place.
he is
Chapin is
the
inside.
closest competition we had. Chad Chaffin's in third. It looks like Craven might have been cycled around to fourth. But that wedge adjustment really helped. I probably could have gone down even further, and that would have made things a lot better. Nope, Montgomery. Oh, he got me loose. He got me loose.
Car is down low.
Alright,
You versus him, buddy. Let's get that
we're fighting for it. And Chad Chaffin's going to benefit.
whatever you need.
We can't risk spinning out here because we're on older left side tires, so we got to be super careful about that as well.
Clear on either side.
But we're getting tight all of a sudden now. But still, obviously, where we are now is a lot better than where we were. So as long as we don't wreck and make this even harder for ourselves, we're going to be in good shape.
Fourth position now.
As I almost wreck and make this harder for ourselves. Really, a top 5 I'll take, honestly. Left rear tire is both left side tires are now becoming an issue. So we got to be super careful about that. We only have 2 laps to go, so if we can just be careful, maybe get another spot, because I believe that's Renshaw behind us trying to make a move. We only got to stay out on these tires for 1 more lap, so let's just be careful here. Not get on the apron, because that'll definitely spin us out.
Watch the inside.
Alright, I just want a top 5. That's all I'm asking for right now.
One to go. Let's put it out, boys.
We need to take advantage of this turn right here. This is our good turn. Maybe intimidate Renshaw a little bit. We don't really have enough of a villain status to make it work, unfortunately. But a 5th place effort after all that. I'll take it. That strategy call definitely helped.
Out there. That'll give us a lot
We definitely would not have finished in the top 5 had I not made that call. So I'm very happy I did that. Ricky Craven ended up winning. That was a good battle for us in the top 5. Really clean for the most part. We didn't wreck each other and get cautioned. We obviously roughed each other up a little bit, but for the most part pretty clean. Let's see what kind of rewards we got for that. So that'll help us overall. Let's head back to the menu and off to the test session for the Xfinity car. Oh, we got 2 notifications as well. We got a showdown with Kurt Busch or a charity event. So that actually complicates things a little bit here. Bo Abraham has a challenge for us. That's modifieds. If you and teammate Bo Abraham, I'm not going to have much control over that, Bo. At Dodge Raceway, I don't. So I was literally just thinking to myself before I recorded this, I really should start doing charity events off screen. But I would rather do the showdown at this point. So we're going to do the showdown, then we're going to do the test session, then we're going to do the modified race. This is going to be a longer episode. I apologize. But in the future, I will be doing the charity events off screen when there's not conflict. So let's head off to the challenge at Devil's Canyon. Alright, here we go. This is another one of my better fantasy tracks. So let's hope that we can have a good one here. Maybe get back-to-back showdowns. I keep calling this challenges at times, but this is a showdown. They call it a showdown. But again, like I said, this is one of my better fantasy tracks. So we need to really pounce here, not be in the low gravel section. Car is really loose for some reason. Don't really have an explanation for that. This track is really tough because you can't see some of the turns over the hills. But if you know the track well, you got no issues. But why is the car so out of control? This was an issue at the Talladega infield race as well. Car is really out of control. I have no control over setup here, so I've never had the showdown car give me such trouble before. But this is obviously going better than last time because we're within a second, where we were almost 3 seconds behind at the end of the first lap in the last showdown. So we're doing much better. But the car is really squirrely, and I don't think I'm going to have what it takes to catch Busch if the car keeps being like this. Keep having to correct, and it just doesn't go well. Honestly, it sheds off a ton of time. But we're clawing back here. We are clawing back. We definitely gained some time there, so that is super beneficial for us. 1 lap to go this time, so we have a shot at this. I'm going to intimidate a little bit because this doesn't have any effect on how much he hates me when we do get to the Cup Series, which is a long ways away anyway. Oh, he pushed up, but I wasn't there to take advantage, unfortunately. I've kind of figured out where the car gets super loose, so I'm trying not to do it try not to overturn in those corners. This is going to be a fight to the finish, guys. Okay, this is going to be a fight to the finish. I got the inside lane on 2 of the 3 turns coming to the line, so that's going to be beneficial for us. Alright, are we clear? Are we clear? We are clear. Oh, this is one of the best showdowns I think I've ever been a part of. We're going to block and we're going to win. I got to celebrate after that one. And as usual, celebration usually includes me hitting the wall numerous times, so there's your celebration for you. That's a showdown win. Let's head off to the test session for the Busch Series. Man, we're trying to accomplish a lot today. We got 2 phone calls. I wonder what those are about. Got a contract notification. We've been given a raise for doing absolutely nothing by our modified team. And we were better than Kurt Busch thought. Great. So, test session Las Vegas. That can only go well. Alright, so our target time is 32.3 seconds. So, let's attempt to do that. 1.5 miles have never been my strong suit in this game, especially in these lower level cars, so we gotta be careful. Now, this car is supposedly better than the first car that we get. I've never really been able to compare, but we'll get a chance to at Homestead if we get this contract. Compare that to some of our other mile-and-a-half finishes, which have mostly been terrible. Ah, the old Homestead. Oh, this isn't Homestead. What am I talking about? Oh, I brainwashed myself right now. I thought this was Homestead, and I was going to start talking about Homestead. But that'll be in the next episode. Oh, yeah, this feels heavenly. This feels heavenly. I'm sure the car's going to be 10 times worse once I actually am a driver, but it feels heavenly for the moment. Let's see if we can... Well, we can get the contract, yes, but let's see if we can maybe actually have a decent run at Homestead next week. And that will really help us out into getting a decent ride for next year. 32.1. Alright, we're good. We've already achieved, but let's just finish this out. I'll be silent and cut this out of the video so we have enough time to do the modified race. Alright, coming off of turn 4 for our final lap. This has been heavenly. I've never had such smooth laps at a mile-and-a-half in my lifetime in this game. We achieved every single lap we achieved a lap time. So let's head back to the menu. I'll just talk through this, that's fine. So we got the modified race. We're going to remind ourselves of what the modified point standings are so that we can keep that in mind because this is the season finale for the modifieds. But we're going to get a phone call with the contract offer. We will sign that contract offer. We'll do that as well. Alright, so first of all, here's where we are in the modified standings. We are 96 points behind Haley. So we need to focus on Haley and Walker. Those are the only two people we need to worry about. We need to finish a lot of positions ahead of them. I don't even know if it's possible mathematically for us to get up to Haley, but we need to finish a lot of positions ahead of them. So there's that. Let's head off to the race shop and sign this contract. Showstopper Graphics Dodge with Papa Racing. Cool. Not much of money, but it'll at least ensure we get a contract offer next year. And the team prestige is 1 star higher, I believe, than the previous car we were in. So we will definitely sign this contract. And that'll be set up for us next episode. But let's just head off to the modified race and start qualifying. As a reminder, we will have to skip Truck Series qualifying in order to do this modified race. So we will have to start last for our truck race, which is slightly concerning, but hopefully we can still make up for it. But let's head off to Dodge Raceway. Alright, here we are starting the qualifying at Dodge Raceway. This track is always chaotic, so you never know what to expect here, especially the modifieds when there's no cautions. So you never know what to expect. 5th on lap 1, I think we can definitely do better than that here. I don't know if we'll get the pole or not, but we can definitely improve on 5th.
Man, I thought you had the pole. We're still out front, though.
Alright, 2nd. So let's see where our rivals are starting. Haley's on the pole, of course he is, and Walker is 5th. So I'm not going to try to intentionally wreck them. There's not enough time for me to wreck them and wreck myself and then come back and win this race in these modified races. So we're just going to have to let fate happen. And starting on the outside in these modified races always end up being treacherous. So we'll give ourselves a little more grip. But let's just start and hope that we can get to the inside quickly. Oh yeah, we got a team challenge. Bo Abraham lead a lap. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to put that out there. Alright. Remember, I am not purposely trying to wreck Haley.
Just a little angry with your driving style.
Well,
Hold it there. 3 wide.
that I literally just said I'm not purposely trying to wreck him, and then I immediately turn in. I was trying to get to the inside, and it just didn't work. Alright, so the good thing is the championship leader is now out of the picture. The bad thing is I'm sure Walker is in the top 5, and we're not. and we're probably not going to get a decent finish with how short these races are. And how trash I'm driving this course, if I'm being honest right now.
3 seconds behind the leader. The 149 car is down low. Come on, man. Let's keep it together.
So we're not in good shape right now. I really probably shouldn't have made that grip adjustment. But I feel like that's for the worst, honestly, right now. Never been good at Dodge Raceway, honestly.
192 is closing the gap. Keep digging.
That's my freaking teammate. I would prefer if he not make this harder for me. So I think we just handed this championship over to Walker. Because Haley has got to be in last right now, and Walker has got to be still in front of us. And we're ninth, so I don't think we could gain enough points to get ahead of either of them at this point. Well, I think we just handed this championship off to Walker, unless of the AI wreck. Because I cannot catch anybody right now. We're halfway done with this race already, and I'm just not catching anyone. I promise you all, I did not try to do that. I thought there was a lane. I thought the guy behind me maybe left a lane open to the inside, so I tried to turn down, but I wasn't yet clear of Haley, so not intentional by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to just put that out there right now. Not intentional. But let's just try to solidify the top 10, cut our losses, maybe finish second in the points, I don't know, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to win this championship. Well, we're not going to win this championship if Walker is still in front of us. Now there is a possibility he got caught up in all that, but I don't think that's much of a realistic hope in my opinion. So, not how I wanted to do this, but really I should have been better in the early part of the season. We had so many issues in the early part of the year, and that pretty much took us out of the championship hunt. So that's highly unfortunate. I have not decided what we're going to do next season, if we're going to do modifieds again or what. I might buy a team and then run for the modified championship that way. That's definitely something I might consider, but we're not catching, I believe that's Gonzalez directly ahead. And I shouldn't have made that tire pressure adjustment. That was a mistake on my part. The car was feeling fine, but it's just a habit of mine to make that tire pressure adjustment. Come on, let's just stay in ninth and try to get second in points here. Alright. I'm pretty sure we just handed this championship to Walker. Yep, he finished in third. So Walker most likely just won this championship. Let's just take a look at what the points look like. Walker got 165. I got 138. 138 versus 97. So we're not even going to finish second. We're going to finish third in this championship. There were not enough mathematical points. We would have gotten 190 for leading the most laps, and he would have gotten 97. So there would have been just barely enough points if we had led the most laps and him finishing last. So we are going to finish third in this championship, but let's head back to the menu, check it all out. Alright, we got 2 phone calls here. I know one of them's going to be the failed challenge, yep. And we got a message from the truck team. You may get a raise soon. Alright, I skipped qualifying and we make it a raise. So let's see what this is. Chad Chaffin Truck Series. You can win the race by 2 seconds. At Homestead, probably not happening. But let's just check out the standings, and then next episode we'll have Homestead for Xfinity and trucks. But off to the standings we go. Alright, so here are your final modified standings. Alan Walker wins thanks to me taking out Haley in that final race. We're still third. So that is the first time in my history of playing this game that I have not won the championship in the modified during the first season. that just shows how hard Legend difficulty is for me at least. I've never raced on Legend, so we'll have to definitely consider doing another modified season because I really do want to win the championship there. In trucks, after our 5th place finish at Phoenix, we're still going to be towards the bottom, obviously. 36th, not really anywhere near 35th. So that's how many races we missed. And Bobby Labonte's leading the Xfinity standings and has pretty much locked it up. Same with Craven. I will take a miracle for him not to win the championship. And Jimmy Johnson and Greg Biffle are fighting it out for the Cup championship. So that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. We are heading off to the season finale of this Let's Play for next week. We got, like I said, trucks and Xfinity at Homestead, and then we will decide based on time whether we set ourselves up for next season there or wait until the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.